Hi, my name's Carl Hutchinson. I've been a stand-up comedian for 15 years.
What, in your opinion, is a stand-up comedian?
What is a stand-up comedian?
I've got very weird views on the world. They don't benefit anyone.
I think a comedian sees the world through like almost the eyes of a child.
She didn't know that I was like in agony. So just to relieve some of the pain that I was in, I had to like shit myself like that much.
Like it's never grew up.
Oh man, I think that's how I'm gonna go like instantly.
They just want to make people laugh.
Show's cancelled. Damn it. This stinks. This is told me yes.
And sometimes they don't look for things, like things will just present themselves that are funny.
It's just weird when it's like your closing bit is talking about the worst point of your fucking life.
You got a good end. What I've learned now is that to really make the audience laugh.
Obviously, when I was going through a phase of like, oh, I'll be an edgy comedian, straight in, I went, excuse me, could you shut the fuck up, you bunch of fucking slags? I remember getting booed off stage.
I think the really good comedians are the ones who
Please welcome to the stage, Carl Hutchinson.
can figure out how to completely come across as yourself on stage.
How are we doing tonight? Are we well?
1, 2, 3, 4.
So, doors are 7:30. So we've still got loads of time. We'll get there, we'll get set up, and then the show's at 8.
I was going to say, but have you done City Hall before, like on your own show? What have you normally done in Middlesbrough?
Stockton Arc.
Oh, so you've always just done there? This is the first time at Middlesbrough, basically.
I've done Middlesbrough Town Hall with Ramsey,
Yeah.
but the big room's like 1,100. So we're doing a 400-seater.
Oh, right.
The last time I've done this room was probably 2010, and it was the middle spot. It was 10 minutes for 100 quid. And I remember being absolutely buzzing. Like, couldn't believe me. Look, I was like, that's like a tenner a minute. Obviously, you've got to drive there and drive back. You're not deducting any of your expenses as well. It's going, no, it's a tenner a minute, man.
The best thing about being a stand-up is you get to be an adult and not have a proper job. And I know that sounds really childish, but until I had a child, I got to live until the age of 35 as a irresponsible adult. I used to get up at like 2 in the afternoon. Like 2, go to the gym and come back and then say to my wife that I'd had a tough day.
I cannot believe I've lost the fucking ring, like, honestly. Fucking got it.
So Sophie annoyed that you've lost the ring itself, or just annoyed with
No,
you?
I was just a brat about it. I was just like, well, you've obviously moved it and, you know, stop moving stuff, and it's just all that bollocks.
You just basically went there, I don't know why I'm letting it bother us so much. And then in your head, you've accused Sophie of moving it again and you've kicked off.
Nah, it's not even that. It's just because I know Sophie's got nothing to do with it. It's just when you've lost something, you just want to blame everyone else because it can't possibly be me. I never lose anything.
How did I meet Anth? I don't know. He always said that I was drunk.
He just appeared next to us, just...
And apparently I was steaming and celebrating with the family because I'd just done my first show.
And that was our first conversation. Carl can't remember that conversation.
And then I needed to go do a gig from, I think it was like Newton Aycliffe to Hexham. And I had 2 gigs and I didn't drive.
And then I got a phone call like, hi, it's Carl Hutchinson, do you drive? I went, yeah. I wasn't Carl's first choice either. The first 3 people he asked didn't drive. So I just got ridiculously lucky.
He drove very fast, which I was very impressed with at the time. Not so much now that I've got a family.
It was a really short window to get from Redcar to Hexham. Luckily, I'm quite good at driving, and I got there in impeccable time.
We got on all right. We talked about wrestling.
Whereas we're both singing and talking about wrestling and just enjoying ourselves.
And he let us drink in the car, and I think that was about it, really. That was the criteria.
As we got back in the car, he went, do you want to make this a regular thing? If I can get you on as a middle spot? And I was like, yeah.
So, been with him now since, 2014 or something like that.
This is horrible, by the way, Carl. I'm sure this is how you're used to driving, but I am not enjoying this.
It's been the most pleasant drive we've had in a while.
I can shout at someone if it makes you feel better.
I just don't like to drive. If I did drive, I'd probably just go in the car on my own. We've often joked that the only reason he does it is because he drives. So when he heard I got a car, he kind of shat himself a bit. But I said, don't worry, like, we're still, I'm not driving anywhere.
So it's down here.
Yeah, it's down here. So
It's right at the end on the left corner.
and it's literally, you're going to be, see where that bus stop is there in that tree? It's like you're going to be going in there.
Yeah, just here.
No, like, no, keep going down. I meant like, that's the position you're going to be going at. Just go slow and, oh fuck, went past it.
Was it that one,
yeah,
was
I was
it?
at there. So if you can go round. Fucking Jesus fucking piss.
Motherfucker.
Anth, could you do a quick,
What, mic check?
yeah, please, mate.
Yeah.
Today is my godson's 5th birthday party, and because I'm here, I don't have to be there. So from the bottom of my heart, Middlesbrough, thank you very much for having me on.
Being a support act, I'd say tougher than even opening a weekend at comedy clubs. Weekend at comedy clubs, you've normally got a great compere. They go up, they'll meet the audience, they get them ready, they explain what comedy is, and they're like, right, here's your first act. I shot myself the first time I supported Carl, because it's literally just, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Anthony Young! Get in the borough, how we doing? Are we good?
Purpose of the support act is to get everyone looking the right way, give them a little bit of extra for the money, get everyone warmed up, get them ready for the main event.
I was coming back from a gig with Carl the other month from Manchester. It was about 2 a.m. Now, I like to drive sensibly as well. And when I get to 70, I put my little speedometer on and we'll go at 70 and it's lovely. Now, a taxi went to overtake me. I don't like taxi drivers. So I put my foot down. We got from 70 to 80. The taxi driver still went for it. We got from 80 to 90. The taxi driver still went for it. We got to about 99. The taxi put his blue lights on. I was just sitting in the front seat and I tried to play it off. And he went, what happened there, sir? I went, whatever do you mean, officer? He went, I'll tell you, I've been behind you for 10 miles. You've been driving fine. I even complimented your driving to my fellow officer. I went to overtake you and you became a knobhead. What happened? I went, you want me honest answer, officer? He went, it would make a nice change. I went, I thought you were a taxi driver and I fucking hate them. He went, oh, fair enough, mate, and let us off.
The first expected big laugh is a good indicator. That's always of like, all right, okay, no worries. If Anth doesn't get very much, you go, oh fuck, this is going to be a bit of a tough one here. So I usually have got a good indicator of what the crowd are going to be like before I even go on, and that's the benefit of having a support act.
Carl's coming out to do an hour after the interval. He's got better and better with every year we've worked together. He took me under his wing 10 years ago when I was dog shit. Some of you are thinking, what's changed? Fuck you. But we all were friends now. I'm allowed to call him Carl instead of Mr. Hutchinson, which is lovely. And he was at my wedding, he was at my daughter's christening. He could have been at the conception, I don't know, it was dark. But guys, go have yourselves an interval and hopefully I'll see you in October. Borough, thank you so much for your time, man.
Did it seem like a nice crowd?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, thanks.
Nice.
It's class because they're proper working class like us as well.
Right.
So it's a nice...
Do you just feel like you're amongst friends?
Yes. It'll feel like a home gig for me.
Yeah.
It really will.
It's like an hour away, so yeah, that tends to be the cut-off, really. That's good. I had about 7 coffees a day, I don't know why I'm so tired.
Right, close your eyes, Toots. Yeah. Right. Tiddler, 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 tiddler. No tiddler, no tiddler. All good, all good, all good. There we go. Right. That's buggy, sorry about that. What's the matter?
You're apologising for that, but you positioned your balls to fall out your pants.
Well, I'm a liar, I'm a boozer, I'm a bastard.
But I remember thinking as a kid, I don't ever want to get up early. Like, I hate getting up early. Like, and then when I was a teacher, like, I couldn't get up early. Like, I would just I would go in teaching. I hadn't had a shower and stuff like that. It was pathetic looking back. Like, I had no business being a teacher.
You know, I leave uni and I'm just an open micer. I'm nobody doing stand-up. So I was like, right, well, what can I do? And I did a PGCE. So I learned to be a teacher, maths teacher. Went down to Manchester and actually taught for 2 years.
I don't think I should have been a teacher when I was 22.
I think I once pretended to have a broken leg so I could have a half day, so I could go down to London and do an open mic night.
When I was like 17, because I thought about it for 2 years before I did. I was like, I'd quite like to be a comedian. And now I am. And I think that's the best, is like you have a thought. I'm trying not to say a dream to sound like a wanger, but you have a dream and then you literally make it happen. So yeah, I think the best things are freedom as well. Freedom, living your dream, don't have to get up early. What's yours?
So before stand-up, I was bouncing from job to job. I was a glass cutter, I was a window fitter, I trained for a joiner, I'd done hairdressing, I ended up in call centres because I'm from the northeast with no qualifications. I had nothing else to do.
I grew up watching a lot of comedy. So Billy Connolly, I had his triple box sets, but I'd watch them like back to back. And even if you've had a bad day, you put that on, you laugh at the saddle up and ride your pony bit, even though you've seen it a million times.
I think the longest I kept the job was 3 years, and even then I was on my final warning for the sick. I once pretended to shit myself to get sent home from work. My mates, I think they were at the beach or something that day, and I just didn't want to be at work. I'd used up all my sick days, and I was like, I don't know how to get out of this. I can't just go home. So I was on the toilet, and that's when I was like, if I just go back and say I've shit myself, she's going to let me go home. So I came out the toilet and I sold it mine. I waddled all the way to our desk, and I just went, excuse me, shit me pants. And she went, what, sorry? I went, I've shit me pants. And she went, you go home. I was like, would you like to get changed and come back? She went, no, just go home. On the way out, there was a security guard there who was a horrible, horrible piece of shit. Like, made leery comments at women, just wasn't nice. And on my way out, he went, where are you going? I went, I've shit myself. I got back to work 2 days later because I milked it. I took another day off for sickness and diarrhea. He told everyone in the office that I'd shit myself. So I made a full-on complaint and he got sacked. So not only did I pretend to shit myself, I cost a bloke his job.
But you forget the reason I got into comedy was because I was so depressed. I was in that dark place and I went to comedy all the time.
Growing up in a household where your parents are depressed, it kind of puts that on you, whether you like it or not to do. And I was just lonely. I hadn't had a girlfriend in a long time. I'd inherited a house. I was living by myself. I was literally working a dead-end job that I wasn't happy with. And I was sitting at the table just with a bunch of tablets in front of us crying. And I still don't know why I didn't to this day. They were all there in front of us and I cried and went to bed instead. And I seen that the Stand had opened in Newcastle, and I was watching an act once at a Gav Webster's Sunday Assembly, dying on his horse, and I was looking into me pint and I went, I can do this. My first ever gig was Kevin Bridges headlining. I remember I said to Kevin Bridges, I went, I'm just a fan, can I have a photograph? And he went, only if you're funny. And I went, oh, this is my first ever gig. And he went, you'll be fine. And I did, I got like 3 applause breaks in 5 minutes, come off stage, and he went, yeah, get your photo. And from then on, you're chasing that laugh. Ever since, you're chasing that feeling.
Them people on stage, there was you. The best lineup I seen was like Ramsey, Jason Cook, Steph Petty, George Zach, all on the same bill. They, for that night, them 2 hours that were up there, made me forget that my life was shit. So the fact that I get to do that for someone else is just amazing. I love that idea of it.
Yeah, comedy very much saved my life.
I wish I looked like that now, fucking hell.
So does Sophie.
I look like shit, do I?
I haven't even had a good look at you yet.
So I said to the guy, I was like, what time do you want to set up? And he said anything you like, and I guess it's not. Ah, there you are, get in. It was Duncan, yeah? Duncan. Morgan, sorry. Sorry. Would you like to do Mike? Yeah? Should we do Mike's now? Yeah? Okay, hiya. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Grimsby. 111 222. Pop, pop, pop. Time. T's and C's apply. Morgan, I know that it's an empty room, so it will sound louder once people are coming. So let's assume that's the case. But it does sound incredibly loud. Does it sound loud to you, Anth? Yeah, it's quite boomy and echoey at the same time. So that's. I'm glad it's not in my head. It's not all in my head.
No, it's because of how echoey the room is when it's empty. When you get people in here, it does dampen it down.
It didn't sound like that last time.
I don't know where to start with Carl Hutchinson. I really don't.
I'll take it from here. 2 seconds. My name is Chris Ramsey. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I've known Carl Hutchinson since about 17 years old. I love the man like a brother. He's one of my best friends. I love touring with him, and he's also the biggest fucking lunatic I've ever met in my entire life, and I don't know how he hasn't killed someone or been killed by now. My tour manager was in the front, I was in the front, Carl was in the back. He once got out in quite heavy traffic on a slip road somewhere near Hereford or Hertfordshire, somewhere around there. He got out of the car in heavy traffic. He ran into some bushes to wee. The minute he started pissing, the traffic disappeared. The roads around there are mad. It was around the M25 and stuff, so we went off and round and onto it and then back, and we had to go all the way. We hit another sort of 45 minutes of traffic, hour and a half of traffic, just because he did that. The tour manager wasn't speaking to him for ages. I just remember the tour manager had quite a posh accent, almost a little bit high pitched, we do almost like a Terence and Phillip impression of him when we're talking. And he was sitting in the gate with, "Fucking dick! You fucking dick!" And Carl's in the back, like a Labrador, and he's going, "Sorry, Reese."
Like, we were in a pub and we were sitting at a table and there was some doors behind us, and we just got one meal and this bloke's like got 2 pints. And he went to Carl and went, "Could you just open the doors for us?" I'm not kidding you, he literally went, "No." Like, that's as much effort as he gave as he leant over, tried to reach for the door. He was nowhere fucking near it, and just went, "No."
He's a conundrum. He's an enigma. My wife says it all the time. She's like, he's such an excessive human. Because he'd go to the gym, but he'd go for 4 hours. He'd start drinking non-alcoholic beer in the house to sort of cut out how much he's drinking. But he's drinking 12 bottles of non-alcoholic beer a night. Or he's just found a new restaurant he likes. He's there every day, lunch and dinner.
There was a promoter, a lovely guy, Neil Jolly. Carl asked him for the numbers. And Neil said, "Well, it's such and such with the front row not being in." And he went, "What?" He went, "But if the front row fills up, it'll be this number." And Carl just went, "Riddle me dee, riddle me do," in the bloke's face. And Neil's just standing there like, "The fuck is this?"
Like, I had to tell him to stop having baths. I had to ask a grown man, "Can you stop having baths? Because there's no hot water left once you've fucking Caligulaed yourself every night. There's no hot water left." I forget, and did forget, that he was literally a teacher. And in my head, I always sort of subconsciously go to, "Oh, but he didn't do that, he does stand-up." But he was a teacher, an actual teacher in a school with actual young people for quite some time. At one point, he was a full-time comic and a full-time teacher. And because of how much of an annoying twat he is, and because he was having his baths and I was washing my dishes with cold water, when we lived together and we were both getting back at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning from a gig in London, and I'd hear him getting up at 6 o'clock and leaving the house, and I'm curled up in bed in the next room, there was a part of, "Yeah, fuck you. Go on." I mean, I was awake because he would set the alarm off because he never knew how to turn it off, even though I told him 1,000 times.
What makes me laugh is very different from what Carl the comedian makes other people laugh. What makes me laugh is when we've been in the car together and I shout at somebody who's doing like roadworks, "Get back to work, you work shy cunt."
Oh, that felt good. Felt very good.
And just the look on somebody's face when they're like, "I can't believe somebody said that," and I'm just, see, I'm laughing now. And I'm just trying to be at work and just do my job. And there's some horrible twat shouting at it. So that's what makes me laugh.
Oh, turned around.
he's the nicest person on the planet or he's the biggest dickhead in the world. But sometimes while he's being the nicest person, he's also accidentally the biggest dickhead.
No, stop the conversation. What an arsehole.
And he's the biggest hypocrite in the world. The biggest hypocrite.
Right. See you in a couple hours.
Yeah, 3 hours of sitting around class.
So I've done this room for like probably about 7 years, yeah, like you said.
Easy.
Christ. I haven't progressed. Oh God, yeah. Oh, hi, Helen. Do you know that that one who seems to come at every show and heckle? Do you know if you don't know if her name's?
Can't remember who it is.
All right. Well, if you don't know the name, then we can't.
Please. Yeah, as soon as you see them, sometimes you
Right.
chat Sophie, that's who it is. Do you know what? I'll have a check. If you recognise them to come in,
Yeah.
you can try and keep them back even if they do have.
I'm actually going to offer her double our money not to,
Okay.
to go home.
More than happy for if someone interrupts and deal with it now. The experience comes in and you do a callback for later on in the show. And everyone thinks you're great because you've remembered something. 22-year-old me didn't know that. And there was this Hindu talking. And I'm very inexperienced at the time, you know, I'm still thinking I'm great and all that. And I just went like, shut up, man, you stupid bunch of fucking slags. And what I said, not only did I lose them, but I lost the rest of the crowd that I was actually winning over. So I'm like, why am I losing the rest of the crowd? And I was like, well, you could all fuck off too. And then it was like proper double down on everything. And then before I know it, I get told to come off early. Table of the Hindu want to like beat us up.
Because to be honest, if you're on stage,
Yeah.
you don't hear them back here.
All right, okay.
So you should be alright.
All right.
If not, we'll kick her out.
All right, I will. I'll happily refund her and give her taxi fare or money for a drink or whatever. But yeah, because it's been like 3 or 4 times now, hasn't it?
I envy him in a way because he's not held back by anything. Sometimes I'll think, I'll do that, but someone will think I'm a dick or I'll be self-conscious. I often compare him to like a big daft Labrador. Just no worries in the world. Do I want to eat that? Do I want to do that? I'll do that, aye.
Before I made it back to my hotel, I pissed in a bush. And a homeless guy came out. He was like, his actual words were, bruv, what the fuck are you doing? I fucking live here.
The one that I like doing at the moment is that that advert one, where I'm taking the mick out of, modern day adverts. Bank advert just goes like, this one's for the go a little fasters, the stay a little longers, the backwards, the forwards, the afterwards, the during, the now, then, the lockdowns, the locked ups, the locked ins, the locked outs,
Excuse me.
the locksmiths, key workers,
You what?
the daytime, the nighttime, the springtime, the summertime, the autumn time, the winter time,
Jesus fucking motherfucking piss.
my time, your time, his time,
Just parked my car, haven't I?
our time, their time, family time. And then in the end, it just goes like,
Yesterday morning, shit myself sober. It was the worst one.
bread. You're like, oh, it's a good bread advert. Like,
Performance Carl, you can get in real life when he's on one. And that's the call you get on stage. But there's also an offstage of him that is so different.
Carl is the only one that pretends to be normal off stage.
He is the bug in the Edgar suit in Men in Black, drinking sugar water and stretching his face to try and look normal. But that's the act. The act is the, hello, you all right? Nice to meet you. Yeah,
Hiya, you alright there? Hiya, right. Hello, you alright there?
that twat. That's the act. The real Carl's the stage one.
Please welcome to the stage, Carl Hutchinson!
Twitter slides. Do you thought that was bad? You
Fucking wait till 2020.
Duke slides, I'm a cat man. Seed in his teeth. Channel 5 documentary. Recommend the YouTube thing. Hotel court.
I got in trouble in Glasgow, right? I was alone in Glasgow in a hotel room. Yeah, whatever that first thought was, yeah, that's what happened. I got caught doing what any 14-year-old boy has ever got caught doing. We're all adults. I don't need to say anymore. We're all on board, yeah. I had good Wi-Fi. Didn't have any headphones in as well. This was a real Dolby digital surround sound production. I just got out the shower. I was like a giant naked pink baby, right? So I'm there, I'm lying, right, having a wonderful time to myself. Actually, fucking hell, it's a race, I'll do it, right? So I was there, right? Not the whole thing, Jesus. Would now be an appropriate time to plug my OnlyFans account. So I'm lying there, laptop's facing me, you're the maid, you walk in on us, and it was just like, oh God, I was like, ah! Like, thankfully it was facing me, so she couldn't see anything, right? But she could definitely hear the content, let's say. Right? Now, you know, I don't know what the rules are as an adult, do you know what I mean? So it's like, if I go like, oh, excuse me, and that's assault, isn't it? It might not be assault, but I don't want to find out. So I overcompensate, I go the other way, I go, ah, God, and I fall down the other side of the fucking bed, Moona in the process. So now I'm just lying on the floor, fucking laptop's playing away to itself. And eventually, yeah, the maid went running out. Think of that, the maid went running out. The maid went running out. Contrary to any... You are a brave man, sir, you are a brave man. Contrary to any hotel maid-based porn I have ever seen in my life. In my experience, every time I've watched one of those videos, every time the maid walks in, yes, she is initially horrified, but then the plot always goes down the route. She has what I can only describe as a sudden change of heart. And she rolls up her sleeves and bloody gets on with the job. This is when I realise I've got a bit of a different brain than most people. That happens to most people. You go, right, I can't ever stay in this hotel again. Got to check out. Got to skip town. Never to be seen or heard from again. I thought, if I go downstairs and I complain to the guy at reception, I might get a free breakfast out of it. So I go down. Now I'm going to complain to the guy at reception, right? I'm going to complain to the guy at reception. Now this is my turn to be the indignant posh person because I feel I've got a real axe to grind. Excuse me.
I say, excuse me. I was trying to have a wonderful romantic Thursday afternoon to myself.
Whereupon, one of your members of staff walked in on me, and needless to say, I had no clothes on. And it was terribly embarrassing for all involved. He went, sorry, can I just check, where are you supposed to be from? Well, I haven't quite worked that out yet. The best I can come up with is generic southern posh voice mixed with a smidgen of Terrence and Phillip. But don't change the subject. I would like to know how you plan to compensate me. He went, I'm very sorry, sir. Can I just check? Did you have your do not disturb sign on the door? What, because if I didn't, it's my fault? Excuse me, one of your members of staff came into my room in the middle of the night, started performing a ventriloquism act with arse cheeks. Did you have a do not disturb sign? No, it was late. I got back late. I forgot to put it on. Well, then I hope you enjoyed the show.
Hotel, boutique, Sophie, romance thing, hotel, boutique, swimming shorts, policy, go into the David Attenborough, bit wet there. Certainly I'm a bit wet now, Jesus Christ. You know if it's raining, right? Remember rain? Yeah. You're absolutely soaking, sick of your life, stand on one of them fucking paving slabs and the sea comes out. You got a wet sock. You get to wherever you're meant to be going, there's always some dry prick waiting for you. You just go, a bit wet there, Why are people allowed to say that and not get murdered? I don't understand. What's the best we're allowed to do as British people? Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I am a bit wet. Yes, well done. Well observed, sir. Yes. Do you know what I'd love to do to those people? And I'm not exaggerating. I'd love to set them on fire.
Health visitor, kidnap my own daughter, Sophie credit card, Duke uncle, restaurant.
And that hotel story, I'll tell you that all day. I don't really get embarrassed about things like that. But what I'm about to tell you, I was embarrassed because it was the lowest point of lockdown. And I'd let lockdown really fucking kick the shit out of us. And I was in a bad place. Me, my mum, my dad, and Sophie were all out for a meal. We're out, and I can't even be happy that we're out because although the restaurants are open, the gigs hadn't started again. So I'm just like fucking sick of not doing it and all that. And I'll let all of that get the better of us. And we're at the restaurant, and everyone's doing that dance. We've all had the main courses, and everyone's doing that like, oh, should I have a dessert? Am I having a dessert? If I have a dessert, would somebody have half of mine if I... That's not what annoyed us. What annoyed me is a table of young lads next to us, right? Like young lads from the future. Curly hair, no back and sides. That seems to be the new future here. Anyway, he gets up to go to the toilet, but he maintains conversation with this table over here. So he's shouting across the restaurant. He's like, well, what's that? What's that? Oh, shut up, man. You came out with shut, man. You wanker. He was shouting and swearing and ranting and raving in a restaurant. And that was enough for me to lose my fucking mind. I know I've come on stage tonight and I've ranted and raved, shouted and sweared, but either you or someone you know has paid for this. Right? And I realise how I sound, Glasgow. I realise I've finally turned into that. Ow! Ow! I'm trying to have a wonderful evening with my family. This hooligan, this vagabond is ruining my evening, right? I realise how it sounds, right? The guy comes back, he sits down, and I'm just looking for trouble at this point, right? This is as excited as I've ever been in the last 18 months. I'm just looking at him, waiting for him to look at me. I'm just going, just fucking... And he looks, and he doesn't apologise. He just goes, hey, you got a problem? And for the 999 times out of 1,000, got a problem? I go, oh, no, sorry, I was just looking at something else. This guy caught me at the tail end of the worst 18 months of my life. And you know what? Fuck it. I've got nothing else to lose. Yes, I fucking do have a problem. And for the first time in my life, I'm going out in a restaurant ready to fight somebody over what I can only describe as social etiquette. So thankfully, the staff got in between us because he would have won. But when the staff got in between us, that's when it got a bit silly. That's when his mate stood up. It doesn't take 4 lads with no back and sides to have a go at me. And I realised it wasn't 4 against 1. It was 4 against 3. I turned around and me 62-year-old mother and father had stood either side of me as backup. And then the manager said, one of the lowest things that anyone's ever said to us, he said, you might want to run after your pregnant wife. She's just left out of embarrassment. Fucking hell, yeah. So I've got to live with that. So I go running after Sophie. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I don't know where the hell my head's at. She went, Carl, we'll talk about it when we get home. For now, you need to ring your dad because you've just left him outside the restaurant. But, oh, fuck, I have, haven't I? That's a bit of a dick move as well, isn't it? So I rang my dad, and it was the most honest I've ever been with my dad or with myself. And I said, Dad, I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I don't know what the hell's coming over us. I'm sick of feeling useless. I'm sick of not working. I'm sick of not having my job. And if this isn't a tale of how 2 different generations react to the exact same thing, I do not know what is. Because I'm pouring my heart and soul to my dad. I'm telling her everything that's in here, everything that I haven't said for the 1.5 years leading up to this. And I just hear my dad go, hold on, son, hold on, son, hold on. Pint of lager, please. And a white wine, Christine? Pint of lager and a white wine. Thank you. I went, Dad, where are you? He went, oh, we just went back in. You went back in the restaurant? Oh, what do, son? Sticky toffee pudding. But if I can take one positive from what was definitely the lowest point of my life, it's that I realised lockdown had assisted me in developing some sort of mental health condition, problem, realised that I needed to sort it out. Spoke to a therapist for the very first time in my life. That was great. Got it all off my chest. And then she recommended another 6 sessions. That's when I found out therapy was £130 a session. I thought, fucking hell, that's 780 quid. I was like, Christ, get a pizza oven for that. That'll cheer us up. And I did. And it did.
But I went the slightly cheaper route. I went on antidepressants for the first time in my life. It's not a good or a bad thing. It was something I needed to take, so I just took them. And it was great. It's a good job I'm off the antidepressants, because a side effect they don't tell you about until you're about 4 days in the antidepressants. Do you know you can't wank? It's like 40% of my day gone. All this free time, I didn't know what to do. It was horrible, actually. 'Cause you try to have one in bed, and I was just like soaking the fucking bed sheets because you sweat so much trying to do it. It's like an endurance test with yourself, with your knob. Really, so I tried to have one in the shower, and then you fucking passed out. So come to think of it, the person who prescribed the antidepressants looked like that maid from the hotel in Glasgow. So
That's the show. And when I look at it, I go, that is the biggest pile of fucking garbage you've ever done.
thank you all so very, very much, and I'll see you next year. It goes back to how do you see the world? How does a comedian see the world? And sometimes when something really like horrible happens to you or something really bad, you do immediately start to think like, how can I get something out of this? How can I turn a negative into a positive?
It's just really shit. Reliving that every show. So it sounds like you're acting, but like you're really not. You're just reliving it. But I was fucking dead. So fucking dead. So fucking dead. You enjoyed it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just I knew it was coming at the end. It's like, because you relive it every night, and it's like the worst you've ever felt, and you have to really get into it. So, fucking hell. You can't correct what's happened, so it's almost you are trying to correct the past by putting a positive light on it, type thing.
My acting was really important. Yeah. I know it sounds wanky and all that, but it's like... It was good. I watched it from the back and it was fantastic. Oh, you just think a year after and you'll stop fucking getting upset about it, Jesus. Well, I don't want to do that on stage because it's like, I don't want it to be like, oh, here comes the fucking crying.
The reason I tell the story is because it's like, I'm quite ashamed of how it actually transpired. So to try and tell it and get a positive thing out of it is my little way of trying to correct it.
I saw a quote recently and I was like, I love that so much. It was like, be careful when you're out and about and somebody like upsets you. Like, be careful trying to act crazy because you're eventually gonna come across somebody trying to be sane. And I honestly don't know which side of the fence I lie on sometimes. Like, I'll just go like which one am I? Am I trying to be crazy or am I trying to be sane? I don't know.
Every time you write a new show, you go back to how you felt as an open spot. You go back to how you felt as 19-year-old, and you've just got a load of ideas written down. And it's amazing when you just go, I can't believe like I went from just hoping I could get through 5 minutes and people didn't think I was shite, and they wanted us back to it's me job.
Hello, you coming in?
But because it hasn't happened overnight, it's took 16 years to get there, right? I've got a better way of dealing with it because it's not such a, oh shucks, can you believe it? It's like, no, I kind of can because it's took so long. It's like, it's been very gradual baby steps.
I do feel proper grown up driving. Like, I know I'm 35, but like, and I know I shouldn't feel it, but like, I don't know, there's just a little bit of it inside, like, you know what, you're a real boy now. You could drive yourself in your own car.
Someone can't be shit and ride your coattails to success. It's an impossibility. So anyone who says that Carl's ridden my coattails, he hasn't, because Carl has been given an opportunity and capitalised on that opportunity. I say to Carl all the time, people wouldn't buy tickets for you just because you were on stage before me. People aren't going, oh, I like Chris Ramsey, who's the guy before him? Oh, I'll buy them as well because I'll be doing that Chris Ramsey a favour. No. People buy tickets to see Carl because Carl goes out before me and absolutely smashes it.
Hungry babies of every kind wake up saying, it's getting up time.
There's some stand-ups who are amazing. You watch them, you go, fucking hell, they're so good. But is that the same 20 minutes they've been doing for 10 years? Yes. Are they a total dick to work with when they find themselves out of their comfort zone in a TV studio or somewhere else or doing warm-up? Yes. So they don't get to where they want to be.
Birdies in the nest go tweet, 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 waiting for the morning worm to eat. Tweet, 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 tweet. Get out the way, you big biffa fuck. Durham Gala, here we come.
When people make the joke of, oh, your Carl Hutchinson support act, like, I'm meant to be embarrassed about that. Had I have not met Carl, I don't even think I'd have been going a year. I was doing weekends at the stand, and my last lot of feedback were not good enough to do weekends. Give him a year's break. And I was like, well, the stand was my only real paid weekends. I might as well just give up. Like, I'm enjoying doing it with Carl, but what's the point? And he says, do you want to open for us at the stand? I'm doing my hour show. And I went, oh, the stand don't want us. And he went, no, that's my choice.
Doesn't matter where you go on holiday, it's always the same. You step off that plane, bzz, piss off, bzz, get away, bzz, got it. There was fucking kids everywhere, right?
And honestly, I'd say that's my second favourite gig ever. I had so much fun, big laughs. And the manager pulled us to one side and he went, you might want to give Eva another email. So they'd sent all the feedback in and I started getting weekends again.
I'm not a fan of children. We're about to establish how much I don't like other people's children. Went to the King Jason in Paphos. I thought it's a 5-star hotel. I've priced the kids out. I checked term time. I even checked that bullshit Scottish term time as well. Yeah, I've been caught out by them bastards. You're like, oh, the kids are at school, darling. This will be a great holiday. You get on the sun lounge and you just hear, I did that, Kane. You're like, oh, little ginger bastards everywhere.
Had you not have done that, I don't think I'd still be going. So yeah, I think there is. You get to them crossroads and I've just got lucky every time. You've got to create your own luck, I understand that. But I do think a lot of me choices have been luck and I've landed very fortunate.
Then the next day, me and Kate were in the jacuzzi. Bottle of Prosecco, was all inclusive. I'm not pretentious. I'd never had Prosecco for the most mental reason, right? One of my mates led me to believe Prosecco is a poor person champagne. But it's not, girls, is it? Oh, definitely not over there. Fuck no. And it's not. It's definitely not. It's a posh bitch's Lambrini. That's what that shit is, right?
When you start getting linked as Carl Hutchinson's support act, and then you start walking on the stage after that, and then you hear a little bit of audible excitement that you're coming on, unreal. That's why you do the comedy, it's for that feeling, that little bit of, this is fucking class.
Thank you so much for your time, man. Cheers.
How you doing? Yeah, right, good. No, it sounded really good though, mate. Well done. Yeah, thank you, mate. No, it was good. I'm trying to compare it to somewhere. It was just...
Like what?
Where we've been missing, where I said it was Black Room. And we had to work.
Black Room. Oh, God. So you can't see a thing?
I couldn't really, could see straight in the front row.
Basingstoke?
So it was like that for the laughs, not the Black Room, where you don't know if you've got them then. Bang, and you're like, oh no, I have got them.
Oh, okay.
So the not always there in the build-up laughs.
Right, okay.
Over there.
Anything else? Did you hear that fucker eating sweets about 10 minutes into your set?
No.
It was like to the left here, there, and I heard someone fucking rip open sweets.
No, I didn't hear that.
I was
told back think yes, that like.
No, well done, though, mate.
Sure.
You're buzzing. You're happy with it?
No, it's good. It's good.
I've sent you a video as well because it looks kind of good from the back.
Right? Oh, passed. Sure.
Oh.
I know I sound like a child, but I'm on stage, Durham, I think it was, and I'm on stage at Durham, and I'm just going, this is great. Like, what? Like, I used to do open mics above a pub, and now this is happening. So there's little points where you have to pinch yourself and realise how lucky you are, but then not let it get to your head to where you start making mistakes.
I know it sounds like I give Sophie a hard time. I do. It's fun. Do you know she's went through 3 Amazon Kindles the whole time we've been together as well? I wouldn't care, but she's broken them doing the exact same thing, right? She comes back after a 12-hour session with the girls, right, comes back, I'm cold, need a bath. Sophie, it's 2 in the morning, you've been drinking for 12 hours. I don't think it's wise. Like, fuck off, you're not me dad. It's incredibly dangerous, Sophie. Do you not just want to like wrap up, maybe just put the heating on? No, I'm cold to me bones. It's a very annoying expression there. So only way I can warm me bones up is if I have a bath. Would you please not take the 3rd Amazon Kindle in the bath with you? Fuck off, you're not me dad. Okay. Not a dad. So I have to wait outside the bathroom. I normally give it 4.5 minutes. That's enough time for the bath to fill, but not flood the house. For Sophie to pass out, but not die. Sadly, the Kindle doesn't make it. So I've got to go in. That's just floating on top of the bath, like a crouton in a soup. Made the mistake of trying to get Sophie out the bath once. Never again. What are you doing, you fucking dick? All right, stay there. What do I care? I'll get you a couple of towels. You can sleep there. Oh, bit wet there. What? Yeah.
So I'm very appreciative of it. And I count myself very, very lucky that I get to do it. Because I think I'm always just a few bad gigs away from doing something else. And that's mental, isn't it? I shouldn't really think like that.
I'm talking about
Right, and has Greg just given the clues again?
I would think so.
Hey, for one more time. For old time's sake. Tiddler, 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 tiddler.
And that is for the OnlyFans.
No tiddler. For the last time. Right, Greg and Matt, good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Farsley. How are we doing tonight? Are we well? Thank you all so very, very much for coming. As you saw from the screen, I haven't come all the way here by myself. I've got my wonderful support act with me. Don't worry, he's not shit. He's absolutely fantastic. You're gonna love him. Give a fantastic old woman mill welcome to the very funny Mr. Anthony Young.
It's good to be here. Thank you so much for having me on. Because today it was my godson's 5th birthday and he was having a party and I had to come here. Honestly, Farsley, thank you so much for having me on. Because I love him. His name's Alfie. He's 5, but he is a bit of a dickhead. I went to his house before I picked Carl up for the gig. I went, there you go, Alfie. There's your present. Have a great birthday. He went, where are you going? I went, Farsley. He went, why? I went, good question. I says, there's a fucking windy road there that I nearly died on fucking twice, but we'll not get into that. I says, I'm going to do some jokes. He went, tell me a joke. I've got no clean jokes, right? I've got nothing. Had to think on my feet. I love superheroes. He loves superheroes. I went, okay, son. How does Batman's mum call him in for his dinner? Classic old school. He's 5. He's never heard it. He went, I don't know, Uncle Anth. How does she? How does she? I went, she doesn't. She's dead. She died in the first movie, dickhead. Got to learn, haven't I? Got to grow up eventually, little pricks. I say that because I'm jealous. It took me.
Dying on your arse is the worst feeling in the world. Especially if you haven't gigged for a while and it's new stuff and it's dying. Or if it's stuff that's been going really well and then it's having its first death. And you don't go, oh, these guys are wrong. You go, everyone else was wrong and this is utter crap and they were idiots for laughing at this.
All you can do is plough through. They don't know they're being hard.
Are you worried they might gut you like a fish? That doesn't always get laughs. A fair play to the people that did, right?
They've enjoyed the night. They've just enjoyed it very quietly. So you just got to hope that they still enjoyed it, even though they didn't let you know that.
Worse than Blackburn.
Can't wait. Yeah, no, I thought it like when I saw it.
That was fucking horrible.
Was it?
No build-up laughs. The big laughs weren't there. The last 2 bits when my mum and dad got them. So because you go in with your dad's stuff, it might work.
Can't wait.
Honestly, that was fucking dog
Sorry,
shit.
man. Well, thanks very much. Right, I'll put your
What goes through my mind before a show? Don't be shit. Don't die on your arse. They've all paid 15, 20 quid for you to come here. Give them the money's worth. Give them the best show. Get the best out of the crowd.
Just got to go on and not
not give them an inch. We just need to go on and turn like a 90-minute show into maybe 75 and just be like, I might get something.
What you doing, you fucking prick?
All right, stay there. What do I care? I'll get you a couple of towels. You can sleep there. Oh, bit wet there. Oh, yeah. One time, Sophie said she was going out with the girls. I want to thank you very much for telling me, because I am going to go in the spare bedroom, because I do not want to be in the main bedroom when, what's the appropriate way to put this? What's the diplomatic way of putting it? When the circus comes to town. I don't want to be home when the shit show comes to town. Now, what is the shit show? Act 1 of the shit show is Sophie taking approximately 12 minutes to get the key in the front door. Once the key is in the lock and she's made up all that racket, then Sophie goes on some sort of sponsored walk around the housing estate. So I eventually open the door, there's no Sophie, the key's in the door, frightens the life out of us. Act 2 is the whole Amazon Kindle bath routine. And Act 3 is finally coming into the main bedroom, but she's got a paper book because she's drowned the Kindle, and she's got the lamp on, the big light on, and then she passes out, so I've got to reach over, throw the book on the floor, turn the lamp off, turn the big light on, and at that point, the snoring is keeping me awake. No, I don't want to be in the same room when the shit show comes to town. Spare bed. Now, I am not known for sleepwalking or sleep talking, but I must have somehow, in my sleep, phoned, entered, and won some sort of local radio competition in which the VIP tickets were front row seats to the shit show. Hand delivered by Sophie herself, who was leaning over me at 1:45 in the morning. Carl, wake up, you fucking prick. Sorry, darling, what have you done now that is my fault? Need some money for the taxi. Does the taxi driver not accept card, like anyone who lives in the future? Well, if he did, I wouldn't be asking you, you dick. Oh, yes, I see why that is my fault also, yes. Let me get up and get dressed so I can give money to a man I've never met. That is a perfectly normal sentence to say in my life now. Go into the taxi. He's fucked. He's dropped 3 of the girls off already, right? He's dropped one more. He's clinging on to the steering wheel for dear life. I opened this door, I just saw him just go. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God it's not one of them. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, don't worry. Yeah, honestly, it was like talking to somebody come back from Vietnam. Just, you weren't there, man. You weren't there. I was like, no, it sounds horrible. I'm here now. Look, here's your money. Just let me collect all the shit that's been left on the back seat as well. Just before Sophie went running into the house and collapsed, passed out on the sofa, she went, make sure me bag has got me card in. There was no card in that bag. Just before she's proper out, I'm going, Sophie, do you know where your card is? Do you know, Soph. She just went, hi. I'm in the taxi. I went, you're not, Sophie, you're not in the taxi. No, I am, I'm in the taxi. I'll be home very soon. No, you're on the sofa. There's no sofa in the taxi. There's no taxi. You're home. Oh, that was quick. Fuck off then. I want to, believe me, Sophie, I want to, but I really want to. But I made a vow. For better or worse. This is the worst. This is the absolute fucking worst right now, but do you know where your card might be? Yeah, you're not me dad. I'm cancelling the bank card. Now you might think, how on earth do you cancel somebody else's bank card? Well, that's something that I didn't realize until I was already phoning Halifax. At that point, I went, you know what? It's a good job. I mentioned about half an hour ago, I do a very good impression of my wife. Or a passable impression when you're dealing with the Halifax Fraud Department, who are primarily working with piss people from the UK in the middle of the night. Hello, thank you for calling Halifax Fraud Department. How may I direct your call? Hi, I've been out with my friends, and I can't seem to find my bank card. And I think the most sensible thing to do will be to cancel my card. Thank you. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, Miss Hutchinson. Let's just go through some security questions. I was like, fucking hell, they believed us. They believed that. you know what the security questions are to cancel somebody's card? Full name, wouldn't be a very good husband if I didn't know that. Date of birth, wouldn't be a very good husband if I didn't know that. Address, well, it's the same as mine. I only need 2 out of the 3. Cancelling somebody else's card is a piece of cake. Reordering a card. That's when you get asked the harder questions. That's when you get asked the more difficult security questions. What's your mother's maiden name? Now remember, that's my mother-in-law maiden name. I'm not going to know that. I don't know what Sophie's ma's fucking maiden name is, right? What's your cat's national insurance number? I don't know. That cats are dicks. They don't tell that to anyone, do they? Miss Hutchinson, you're failing these questions left and right. I'm going to try and make this as easy as possible for you. I am looking at your most previous bank statement. Can you just tell me one purchase you have made in the last 31 days? And I'll start going through everything I've seen in the back of the taxi like some sort of mad fuck generation game. I'm just like, do I do the bag? Do I do the shoe, the concealer, the makeup, the eyelashes, the lipstick? Do I do... going through one purchase in the last 31 days. This is a Hail Mary, full of grace, 11th hour. Pulled it out of my arse. One purchase in the last 31 days. That'll be an Amazon Kindle. There'll be a new card within 3 to 5 working days. This was a Hail Mary, full of grace. Pulled it out of my arse at the 11th hour. One purchase. I went, that'll be an Amazon Kindle.
You're constantly being assessed by the crowd. You're only as good as your last joke, and you're only as good as your last show. And in the show, you're only as good as your last joke.
Come in, and I would drop a glass, and that sounded like somebody went to town on that. That was like somebody dropped the glass and went, yeah, fuck him.
You go, it's 90 minutes, it's a performance, get it done.
That was like a drop and a volley. Anyway, Sophie would, and obviously I hope everyone's all right. And Sophie would be on her side. Sophie would be on her side, and
that you just go. You couldn't get the most out of them that night, and it's annoying, but you know you're not always entitled to a good day at work, and Fosley was not a good day. Doubt and self-doubt is always there. It always exists as a stand-up comedian. It's learning to not conflate the two of being happy and content.
That was fucking awful. Don't know why the fuck came.
For the longest time, I would say happiness was equal to being content. And so whenever you weren't where you needed to be at your job, at stand-up, therefore you're not happy.
I've never seen him run away from a gig. Fucking scared him that bad. I fucking need to leave.
As long as you can separate the two, I think that's how you deal with the pressure.
so that's me. That's everything you need to know about me. I know it's not much, but we've got a fucking 90-minute show out of it. Jesus. Durham, I've been playing this for many, many years. This has been my fucking favourite one tonight. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next year. Thank you. Good night.
But I think now you go, nothing happened overnight. You know, that window's gone, so that's fine. So you go, it's obviously, if it is going to happen, it's going to be a journey. So why not enjoy the journey?
The first hour you do, you think it's your best stuff, but it's like, I don't know, there's part of you that goes, why can't I be doing that hour from 9 years ago now? Ultimately, because it's not good enough, but in your head, you kind of think it is. So what I felt like I'm doing is just writing shit for 6 years, and all I can do to like try and make it work is like perform it and like get something out of it. It's really hard to explain. It's like, it's a feeling of that, like you've run out of material years ago, but you have to tour because you've got to make a living, so you've got to just fucking go for it. It's so weird.
Best gig of the fucking tour, I can't get in the room. 8178. 718. But he's the hardest working stand-up I know. He's the hardest working person I know. And I know for a fact he will get to wherever it is he wants to get to. He will 100% get there. despite being one of the fucking weirdest blokes in the world.
2-4. 5-8. Fuck's sake. Jesus.
There's a large part of my life and my career that I've got no control over. I can work hard at it, but I've still got no control over it. It's not a meritocracy. And if you want that, then there's lots of jobs with actual lineage, promotions and all that, and that's fine.
That was fucking horrible. Have I ever made anyone laugh before? That felt fucking...
But every comedian
Jesus.
opted to do this, so they opted to do it for the freedom of being a stand-up comedian. I don't know how stand-up's different to any other, like, performing arts type thing. Yeah, normally you can dress it up and just be like, oh yeah, that's just how they enjoy it, but... No, if somebody said that was like a hidden camera show and they all got told not to laugh, then I'd believe you. At the end of the day, you're just standing on stage making people laugh, just acting like a bit of a prick. So you try not to take it too seriously. But I'll probably come back next year.
I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living and it's turning me cold. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living.
Oh no.
I'm